David Settle here at Wyopreps.com. We're gearing up for the 2024-25 high school basketball season across Wyoming. We're talking to the head coaches of the defending state champions. We've got some new faces in some of those places, but one of these guys that has been there and done that is Ryan Sullivan of the Sheridan Bronx. Won the 4A Girls State Championship last year. Ryan joins me, and thanks, Ryan, so much for your time. But just talk a little bit about, first of all, how things are going early on. You're a couple weeks into practice here, still about a week away from getting into game action. How do you think things are going for this new season?
Yeah, we've got about 90 minutes a game that we've got to fill this year with Penn and Bergie and Al leaving us, right? That senior crew we had last year was phenomenal kids that we got to be able to coach and compete with. And Allie's playing basketball now at MUCB, and Bergie's, she had a chance to play last year. She got some offers and some looks last year and decided to just go study. And Penn wanted everything she did when she was in high school. So like just being able to compete with those kids was an honor, and having them around our program was so significant. So trying to fill that leadership and that competitiveness that they provided is kind of where we're starting. And our seniors have done a great job. Right now we're just trying to make sure we're embracing we've had kids step into roles that they didn't know that they'd have to step into this year. And Kyle does a great job. He's our JV coach and assistant coach. He does a great job of developing kids at the JV level so that they are ready to go when they get up to the varsity level. So we've got shoes to fill for sure. But our kids have stepped up, and we return some kids too that I'm excited for them to step into a new leadership role and take a little bit more on as far as production. And I think they're ready for that.
Obviously, one of your big building blocks has to be Mesa Haniff. Great freshman season. Everybody now knows her. How does she deal with, maybe being kind of more of the spotlight and having maybe, I don't want to say carry more of the load, Ryan, but everybody knows she's a known commodity.
Yeah. No, Mesa is the thing that I think people don't really understand about Mesa is Mesa's only about winning. I mean, when it comes to being competitive, she wants to win, and so it doesn't matter what her production is. Whatever role she needs to fill in a game, she's going to do that. Last year, when we played in the state championship, when we played in the regional championship last year against Campbell, they doubled Mesa every single time she got a touch. And she had not really grown accustomed, even in March, she hadn't grown accustomed to the speed and what that's going to look like at the varsity level yet as a freshman. And so we made adjustments that week going into the state tournament, and Campbell does the same thing to us in the state championship. And Mesa made reads out of the post and hit open shooters, and we shot the ball really well in that game, but we did that because Mesa made the correct read. So, she understands that. By the time she was after Christmas break last year, we kept telling her you're not allowed to be a freshman anymore, and so she's kind of embraced that. At that point, she had kind of understood that, so she's ready for it. And she's gonna, she's not gonna think about her production or how many points she's gonna score. She's gonna think about how we can get a win and put us in a good spot.
You've done some incredible jobs of building your team as the season goes along. Is that kind of just your mantra, your philosophy? And how do you go about that process with this group this season?
Yeah, we just get kids to buy into the process. Our girls are eager to be, we our girls are really eager to be competitive. They had a great off season. I said last night at practice that I don't care if we go 0-3 at practice or at Casper next weekend. The girls laughed at me, but I really don't. It would stink if we did. But I hope that we're doing things correctly so that we're playing our best basketball in February and March. And if we shortcut it, if we put in a bunch of stuff early and we go, ambush some people in Casper, who cares? Like if we can do the things that we've got to be great man to man, so we know we can get a stop down the stretch. And if we're not good in that, I don't care if we're good in anything else that we throw out defensively. So, we want to make sure we're doing things correctly from our base level stuff, base level offense, base level defense. Understand base coverages that we want to put in, be able to make basic reads in the half court offensively. And if we can do those things and we do a decent job of those, I think we have a good chance to be competitive in every game we play. But if we're not doing that, then I don't care if we win, right? I hope that we're continuing to build throughout the season. Our kids understand that too.
Is there a little different mindset at the same time, though, that you are the defending 4A champs and everybody's going to kind of give you their best shot, I guess, especially early on?
Yeah, I think that I still kind of think we fly under the radar, if I'm being honest with you. I think there's kind of a conception or a misconception about Sheridan Lady Bronc basketball still. And I love it, quite honestly, and our kids love it. We like to be kind of the underdog. We weren't, and this we don't really care about this. But 2 years ago we played in the state semis and lost in overtime to a really, really strong athletic Thunder Basin team, and had that team on the ropes. They had some kids step up and make shots, but for most of the season, we were ranked seventh out of our region in the coaches and media poll. We were just above South in that voting. And we knew what we were capable of doing, but being able to go and talk to the kids about that is huge for us, right? And so I still think there's going to be kind of that you think about the great programs in the 4A. There's a lot of them. There are really, really strong coaches and strong programs in the 4A, and so it's not like there's anything that we haven't. This team that we have right now hasn't won anything. And the kids that we bring back have done some things for us and built a great program and help do that. But this group of kids that we haven't won a game with. And so I hope they understand that. And I think that they do. And I hope that people keep doubting Lady Bronx because it puts us in a good spot.
I was going to ask you about 4A. What do you look out and see early on as we begin the season, Ryan?
Yeah, the usual suspects I think will continue to show up. There's just so many competent coaches and competent programs in the 4A that, especially in our region, you don't get a lot of days off, which you ask about how do we continue to build and be great by the end of the season. Well, we have to is kind of the main focus there. But I'm sure Brady at Campbell will beat me a couple times this year, and they'll hand us a couple losses because they always seem to, and we just always have to go and strive to get better. Westling is going to be tough, and Cheyenne is going to be tough. They return a lot of talent there, and some great kids, and he just does a great job and gets those kids to play really hard. I think, we opened this year with Green River, and I know Quentin Land has taken over that program, and kind of have a relationship with him and that staff, and I think he's going to do a great job down there. So I'm interested to see how that game will go. I really think that what Kelly Walsh is doing is interesting too. They really got better throughout the year last year. So I think there are a lot of people. Central returns a lot. Our entire region, Thunder Basin brings in a new coach, and they have a lot of talent. I don't want to. It's hard to go through every single team, but there's so many good ones out there that we're gonna have our work cut out for us for sure.
Well, Ryan, thank you so much for taking a few minutes just kind of look back at your championship and what's going on with the Bronx plus 4A. I appreciate your time.
Yeah, thanks, David. Appreciate it.